Hello, Talking Wolves. So, wow, I'm quite surprised. Like, I'm glad we've won. Obviously, great win, but I'm surprised at the starting lineup. First and foremost, I thought we'd put out like a weak team, like a lot of under 23s, but Nuno went strong. So, fair play. Maybe he's had a word from the higher up people like Jeff Shee and Fosun saying, "Go for the FA Cup. The league's not looking good, so let's try and win something." And it was good to see Catrone and Morgan Gibbs White straight on the bench after their loan recalls. And what a great first half. We absolutely dominated Crystal Palace. I think they had like one or two shots. We had a lot of shots. Obviously, went 1-0 up with a great strike from Traore. And he threatened it a bit earlier where he cut in on his left and it hit like the back of the advertising horns, hit the back of the net. And from there, you just thought he might be dangerous here, and he did. Like he smashed it. Butland got a hand to it, and it went in. And if Fabio Silva scores his header as well, which like hits his head and hits his shoulder and flies over, it could have been 2-0. So great performance from Wolves, really good. And the second half, obviously Palace were obviously going to come on and be really dangerous, but we dealt with it well. We defended well. John Ruddy had hardly anything to do, and I'm so happy because if that sort of team plays against Everton on Tuesday, I think we're in good hands to go and get the 3 points there too. But talking the FA Cup, I'd love us to have a run, but I want to be in the stands if we do go deep. So it's a bit bittersweet for me, but I know the FA Cup draw next round's like two seeds, is it like the fourth and fifth? But great performance, great win. It could have been more comfortable if we'd have bagged a few more goals, and no complaints. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Catrone looked lively when he come on. Gibbs White give his all. So yeah, brilliant from the boys. No complaints at all. And on to the next one, I guess.
Yeah, so that's a decent enough result to get. It was nice to keep the clean sheet as well. I don't really have any negatives, other than maybe some of the chances we had probably should have been put away. Um, but I'm sure that'll come as soon as you get some of the goals in there. It's mainly positives for me. I thought then Dunker came back and you can tell we've been missing him. He filled in those positions, did his usual trick of being all over the place and being there when we needed him. Even like I say, he should have put away his goal, but I'm not going to hold it to him. I thought he did a good job. I thought Nelson was fantastic. I thought he did made some really nice runs, coming down that right hand side, cutting in a few times. I knew he tried to do it, but I feel like today his passing and his control was a little bit off, but he was still trying to get those decent runs down the side. Adama for me was fantastic. He came out today and carried on exactly where he left off with Brighton. He really went for it. He's got a goal and assist now in 2 games, and let's hope we can get the Adama from last year and not the one from the year before, because we really need him now, and it looks like he wants it. It was nice to see him run straight over to Nuno as well once he'd scored the goal. Hopefully quash some of those rumours that he's on his way out. For me, I felt a lot better knowing the subs we had to bring on. I think those 3 subs we brought on, you feel like they can do the job for us. And nothing on the lads we were using before, but you do worry that some of them have barely got any game time and experience of how we play. At least with those 2 lads, you know they've had at least 6 months for Catrone, and Morgan's been there for a while, so he knows the deal. So it felt like we had some kind of idea about what we wanted to do, and I was more reassured knowing that they were the subs we were bringing on. I like the fact that he used Keanu Hoover as that defensive player, because he clearly wanted to have more of a defensive presence on there. But even with Keanu Hoover, you feel like he can do the attacking as well. Do you know what I mean? He can be the outlet. It was nice to see Catrone on the pitch again. I know some people are annoyed and think it's a step back, but I personally feel like they were better than what we had on the bench. And I feel like it would be good to give Fabio a bit of competition. I always thought Catrone worked hard and worked well when he was with us. It just wasn't obviously there for him because Raul was on fire. Now we don't have Raul at the moment. It feels like it could be a decent time for him to really give it another go and go for it. But yeah, for me it was a good performance, and let's just go on to Tuesday now and hope that we can carry on and push through it and keep the same mentality. Wolves, are we?
Wolverhampton 1 just 1, Crystal Palace 0. In the words of my good mate Bootlegger, that'll do me, baby. That weren't too bad, was it? That was just a solid performance. We had to do a job today, and we did a job, and that was absolutely brilliant. First half, we got better as it went on. I thought Semedo was really, really good, just intercepting everything. His breaks forward as well were looking really, really good. Neves was pinging it left, right and centre. I mean, just some of the balls he was producing was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, we're lucky to have a player like him at this club. He's just like a Rolls Royce on there, isn't he? And Adama Traore, I think a couple of weeks ago I said that he has got potential to be the best player at this football club when he's on his form. And when he's playing like he was today, he made 3 runs. One of them was a good opportunity for, I think it was Dendoncker in the first half. It might have been someone else. Obviously, the goal, that was such a good finish. You wouldn't think this is a guy who hasn't scored in over a year produce a goal like that. It was brilliant. And then when he just knocked it past Van Aanholt, crossing it, putting the ball across for Dendoncker to hit it straight at the goalkeeper. He was brilliant. He was brilliant. There was a lot of positives to take from the game, actually. I felt as though that, we looked comfortable in the midfield, which was nice to see. I felt Matinho as well as Dendoncker were having good games. They were just intercepting everything in the midfield, and nothing was going past them, really. I felt as though we did very, very well. Second half, it was a case of just trying to see out the 1-0, but I think we could easily have gone for more if we turned up the tempo a little bit. I mean, Palace weren't really in the game, and Palace, to be fair, weren't exactly that great. I mean, some of the passes they were producing, they looked like a championship team. They really weren't at it. But end of the day, in the FA Cup, it's all about doing a job on there, and it's all about winning those one-off games. Because who knows what can happen in a cup? Anything can happen. And for me, that was just a super, perfect professional performance from the boys. But the most important thing is getting our hat into the next round, because I honestly think we can do something in the Cup this year. I think this is one of our best opportunities to do it as well, in terms of the one-off games. Even going away from home, there isn't that hostile atmosphere, which there has been in years where, I wouldn't say struggle under hostile situations, but when there's big pressure on us, then we do kind of struggle with like fans in the ground. But I think that it's going to be interesting to see what we do in the competition. But yeah, as long as we get through, that's the most important thing. But let's see how far we can take us. Man of the match today is probably going to be John Ruddy, because he did absolutely nothing, and it winds everyone up. So
So Wolves won, Palace 0, through to the 4th round of the FA Cup, and you know what? It was a pretty decent game. Wasn't an absolute scorcher or a thriller by any stretch of the imagination, but we did the job, and there were some really good performances within today's performance. I thought that Ruben Neves was absolutely spectacular, middle of the park again. Maybe doesn't get as much credit as he deserves sometimes. He's put in some really good performances, always consistent, but today he was fantastic at winning the ball back, and he worked the ball well with the possession that he had as well. Some fantastic passing. Be interesting to see his pass completion rate after that. Adama again, absolutely superb. A bit ironic that all this transfer talk and speculation comes up, and then all of a sudden he plays out of his skin. Really, really good performance from him, direct, getting at players, and of course scored the winner for today. A really, really good goal. Who knew that he had a left foot? We all thought that he was right-footed and that was about it, but an absolute scorcher past Jack Butland. Really, really impressive finish. And it pretty much summed up the sort of game he had as well. Nelson Semedo was solid. I thought that him in particular, getting up and down that right-hand side looked really good today. Didn't really get troubled defensively and was good going forward, which is what we want to see. I think overall pretty much everyone had a good game. I think Fabio Silva, he's going to sort of be put in a bit of a spotlight. He really sort of had an off day today. Another couple of sitters missed for him. His link-up play wasn't brilliant. He had a few good touches here and there, but yeah, you've got to be scoring these chances, and it gets to a point where you're sort of like, how many sitters can he miss before we eventually say, okay, he needs some time out of the team. It was really nice to see Gibbs White and Catrone come on. Nice to see them back in the squad. Disappointing that we might not be signing any players this window, but I think financially it probably does make sense. Him and Gibbs White will hopefully have the impact that we want. Catrone, brilliant work rate shown again, so it'll be interesting to see if he has any positive impacts on the team. But for today, I think it was a solid game, and I think we really troubled I don't think they really troubled us too much. John Ruddy didn't have too much to do, despite the sort of the nervousness that was going around fans when we saw that he was starting. I think overall, solid performance. Defensively, we were fine. Midfield was good. And going forward, yeah, maybe just a little bit more. But to be honest, we got the goal. We saw the game out. We're through to the next round. That's all that matters. So, yeah, not too bad of a result. On to the next one.
Well, not a classic that, was it, really? Hardly the magic of the FA Cup. But Olivia stayed awake throughout, so it couldn't have been that bad. Yeah, some positives from that as well. John Ruddy, good to see him play, keep a clean sheet. Morgan Gibbs-White back as well, got him playing, and Catrone got on. All good, all positives, and obviously an absolutely cracking goal by Adama Traore. Fantastic finish, bit of skill beforehand as well, and put it in the top bins. Unbelievable goal, and that's what we like to see. So, yeah, not much more that can be added to that, really. Keep tuning into the fantastic work that Talking Wolves are doing. As you can see, I look really tired because this young lady is keeping me awake most nights. And, yep, keep enjoying the season. Over and out.
You know, I still don't get it. Silva is 185 centimeters, 6'1", and he sucks our headers. He sucks our headers. You know, beautiful cross from Neto. He just wasted the chance. Any other average striker would put us 3 goals up in that first half. I won't mind the Josh King at this point. Look, Adama got injured and we had no winger to bring on. But on the contrary, you know, we played good in the first half. I like the formation. We started in a 4-3-3 formation. You know, Moutinho, Neves, and Dendoncker control the game properly. And I'm really happy for Adama. You know, he's going to do so good for his confidence. And then, you know, Adama has always been too one-dimensional. You know, always races to the byline and cross. But now, you know, defenders are going to have to rethink. You know, is he going to go to the byline? Is he going to cut inside? And that's the best part of tonight. You know, I feel Eitanuri needs to work on his defending. Semedo was fabulous. And one thing, I don't know if, you know, anyone noticed it, Rudy was good. When I mean good, you know, he wasn't roofing the balls like Rudy always did. And yeah, we move on to Everton. Big ups to Talking Wolves. Come on, you Wolves. Good night.
Right, what a game that was. 1-0 win against Palace in the FA Cup. I won't lie, I was very shocked to see such a strong team selection. I didn't think Nuno would, play. He's known for sacking off the cups, really, but I guess without Premier League football in a week, give the boys a run around, really. And I thought everyone was fantastic today. I was actually really excited to watch Wolves for once. We completely dominated possession. Passing was brilliant. Some of our attacking moves were fantastic. Again, Ruben Neves, I thought he was really good. And Adama, well, I mean, that goal, you know, shades of Cristiano Ronaldo, just cuts in from the right hand side and just rifles it top corner. I don't think the goalkeeper expected it, and well, none of us expected it. Good for Adama to get on the score sheet. Good for him. He's been playing a lot better recently. Yeah, it's just good to see. I was happy to see Dendoncker back. It's crazy what a change that guy actually makes to our midfield. He completely bossed the midfield. Should have had a goal. It was Adama put it on a plate for him. Unfortunately, couldn't finish. Keeper made a great save. But yeah, it's really good to see him back. Thought the defence was fantastic. Semedo, again, I think he's starting to really form a partnership with Adama. The way they sort of overlap each other. It's not quite Doherty Adama yet, but hopefully it'll get there soon because he's improving every single game now. And it is really nice to see. I was happy to see Gibbs-White come on and Patrick Catrone. I'd have loved to have seen Catrone come on earlier. Just waiting to see now if he's going to be... Well, he's not. It wasn't everyone's first choice. I'm sure we all would have preferred to sign a striker, but, you know, troubling times, I want to see him do well, you know, especially in the sour note he left on. I'd like him to come back in a team and, you know, start scoring goals because it would be great for, well, not only him, but for the team. And yeah, so all there really is to say. A really comfortable performance, easy win, dominated possession, and yeah, it was exciting to watch Wolves for once.
Right, Wolves. Well, good. I was going to say good game. The first half was good, very exciting. Wolves were actually attacking, and attacking football was actually entertaining rather than parking the bus and doing nothing. But brilliant goal from Traore, absolutely unbelievable goal. On his left foot as well, and he's right-footed, so very impressive to have that much power on a weak foot. Very, very impressive. First half was brilliant. Wolves had the ball the whole time. Second half, to be fair, Wolves had quite a lot of possession, apart from the last, I'll say 20 minutes when we started really parking the bus and letting Crystal Palace attack us, which was a bit scary and a bit more frightening. But yeah, overall, can't complain. We still won the game 1-0. Like I said, the second half was a bit boring compared to that first half, which was exciting. Semedo played very well in that first half as well. Good half from Semedo. All round good game from Semedo. Nice to see Morgan Gibbs-White back. Nice to see Catrone back. Who would have thought we would have seen Catrone back in a Wolves shirt? Still blows my mind that he's playing for us again. But yeah, can't really complain. Like I said it before, can't complain. All round good game. Come on, the Wolves. Thanks for talking Wolves again for this. We're through to the next round. Up the Wolves. Come on, we're still in the FA Cup. Can't complain. On to Everton.